On October 11, 2024, a major anti-drug operation unfolded in Cebu City, Philippines. A jobless woman was apprehended during a buy-bust operation, resulting in the seizure of illegal drugs worth 34 million. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in Central Visayas spearheaded this operation. After receiving intelligence from a confidential informant, agents began a meticulous two-month surveillance of the suspect, identified as 51-year-old Maria Christine G. Abarquez, also known as Tina. At 4:50 p.m. on October 11, PDEA agents arranged a controlled buy-bust operation along Cocalyong Street in Barangay Carrieta, Cebu City. An undercover operative posed as a buyer and approached Abarquez to complete a drug deal. As soon as the exchange occurred, the operatives moved in. Abarquez was immediately apprehended and authorities confiscated around 5 kilograms of suspected shabu, packaged and ready for distribution. The operation was smooth and swift, avoiding collateral damage or undue attention. Law enforcement confirmed that the suspect would face charges for both possession and sale of illegal drugs. This operation was a significant blow to illegal drug activities in the region. By apprehending Abarquez and disrupting her supply chain, authorities curtailed the distribution of a substantial volume of illegal drugs in Cebu City. Buy-bust operations in the Philippines must comply with strict legal standards to uphold their integrity and ensure evidence is admissible in court. These laws include Republic Act No. 9165, also known as Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. This law outlines procedures for handling confiscated drugs and the responsibilities of law enforcement. Section 12 RA 9165 specifies the proper chain of custody for seized drugs to prevent tampering or contamination. PDEA Guidelines and Board Regulation No. 5 Series of 2022. This established protocols to ensure all operations are legally compliant and respect the rights of suspects.
First is initial intelligence gathering. The operation began with a gathering of intelligence from a confidential informant. The informant provided critical details about a drug trafficking operation involving Maria Christine G. Abarquez. Abarquez was reportedly sourcing shabu from a supplier based in the National Capital Region and distributing it in Cebu City. Over the next 2 months, law enforcement officers from PDEA 7 Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency conducted surveillance to verify these claims, tracking Abarquez movements and gathering evidence of their involvement in the drug trade. Number 2, planning and coordination. With intelligence confirmed, PDEA 7 moved into the planning phase. Law enforcement strategized to conduct a controlled buy-bust operation. The plan was to meet Abarquez at a specific location where an undercover agent would exchange money for a large quantity of illegal drugs. Number 3, the actual bust. During the actual bust on October 11, 2024 at approximately 4:50 p.m., the undercover agent met Abarquez at Cocalyong Street in Barangay Carrieta, Cebu City. During the meeting, the agent handed over the agreed payment and Abarquez provided around 5 kilograms of shabu in exchange. This transaction was the critical point of the operation. Immediately after the exchange, PDEA 7 operatives moved in swiftly to arrest Abarquez and recover the drugs. PDEA agents and the local police officers executed the arrest, swiftly apprehending Abarquez without any resistance. Backup units providing perimeter security, ensuring no interference from outsiders. The forensic officers immediately secured the drugs, documenting and tagging them as evidence for the court case. Number 4, arrest and seizure. Following the successful bust, Abarquez was arrested and the 5 kilograms of shabu were confiscated. This was a crucial part of the operation, as the drugs had a significant value and were tied to a larger trafficking network in the region. Abarquez detained and charged with possession and sale of illegal drugs. The drugs were secured as evidence for her prosecution. Additionally, the community received news of the operation, which sent a strong message about law enforcement's commitment to fighting drug-related crimes in Cebu City. One of the significant challenges was maintaining the secrecy of the operation. Any leak in intelligence could have alerted Abarquez and compromised the operation. However, carefully surveillance and coordination minimized the risk of exposure. Once the exchange took place, law enforcement had to act quickly to prevent Abarquez from fleeing or destroying evidence. The swift and coordinated response by PDEA-7 agents ensured that the operation remained under control. Ensuring that the seized drugs were properly documented and secured was a key turning point. Any mishandling of the evidence could have undermined the legal case, but the team's adherence to proper procedures ensured the integrity of the operations. The operation success also highlighted the challenge of addressing the root causes of drug trafficking.
The operation successfully apprehended Maria Christine G. Abarquez. The swift execution, thorough planning, and adherence to legal procedures ensured the smooth arrest and proper handling of evidence. The immediate impact included a reduction in drug availability and an increase in public confidence in law enforcement. First is the reduction in drug availability. The successful seizure of 5 kilograms of shabu from Abarquez's network temporarily disrupted the local supply of illegal drugs in Cebu City. This seizure significantly impacted the availability of drugs in the short term, potentially making it harder for users to access illegal substances. Second is increased public confidence. The operation demonstrated effective law enforcement in addressing drug trafficking. This success likely enhanced public trust in the authorities and sent a positive message that the government is serious about combating drug-related crime. The community might be more inclined to cooperate with future anti-drug initiatives. Deterrent effect on traffickers. The high-profile nature of the operation may have acted as a deterrent to other drug traffickers, signaling the authorities are capable of carrying out targeted and effective operations. The visibility of the bust could encourage traffickers to rethink their activities, potentially leading to a short-term reduction in drug trafficking in Cebu City.
Disruption of the drug trafficking network. While the operation dealt a significant blow to Abarquez distribution network, its long-term effectiveness will depend on how thoroughly law enforcement investigates and dismantles the larger drug trafficking network. If the border network remains intact, other individuals could replace Abarquez, allowing the drug trade to persist. Potential for resilience of the drug trade. The drug trade tends to be resilient and without continuous disruption of the network's key components. Other players may feel the ball depth by Abarquez. Therefore, without sustained and comprehensive action, the availability of illegal drugs could remain a challenge. Sustained public awareness and action. The operation could serve as a catalyst for long-term public awareness campaigns about the dangers of drug use and trafficking. If this campaign succeed in motivating the community to remain vigilant and cooperate with law enforcement, it could lead to a sustained reduction in drug-related crime over time. In conclusion, the Cebu City buy-bust operation involving Maria Christine G. Abarquez in October 2024 was a successful and significant law enforcement action. The operation effectively disrupted a key drug network, resulting in the seizure of 5 kilograms of shabu worth 34 million and the arrest of Abarquez. Law enforcement followed proper legal, ethical, and procedural protocols, ensuring the integrity of the operation and the admissibility of evidence in court. The immediate impacts included a reduction in drug availability and an increase in public confidence in the authorities' commitment to combating illegal drug trade. Although the operation successfully dismantled Abarquez's local distribution network, the long-term effectiveness will depend on continued efforts to target the broader trafficking operations. Overall, the operations showcased the importance of thorough planning and precise execution in addressing the challenges of drug-related crime.